Hello everyone! Today we're gonna take a look at the Blueretro NGC adapter. It's an adapter that allows you to use your wireless controllers on your Gamecube or Nintendo Switch. This is a sample unit sent by Retroscaler shop, so it didn't came with the box or manual, but if you buy it, you'll receive the complete package. Also, I'll be leaving the digital manual in the description of this video in case you wanna read it. The adapter is very simple. There is just two buttons and two LEDs on the front. And it has 4 Gamecube plugs for 4 players. On the side there is a USB Type-C port for updating the firmware. To use it, all you have to do is plug it on your Gamecube adapter. You can plug only one or the 4 plugs. The adapter will automatically turn on and the sync light will start blinking. Then grab your controller and enable the pairing mode. It will pair automatically to the adapter, and you can start playing, simple as that. If you want to pair a second controller, hold the boot button for a few seconds. The blue light will start blinking again. And the buttons already come configured. You can remap them, but I'll show that later. If you press the button once, it will turn off all controllers and start pairing again. And the EN button will reset the adapter. And you don't need to use all controller slots. You need at least one to have the adapter working. So you can use Gamecube controllers together with the adapter with no problem. And I tested the adapter in the Brook Power Bay ports, but it didn't recognize them. But this is more of an incompatibility of the dock with the adapter. The dock still recognizes the controllers, but not the adapter. Then I got my Wii U and launched Melee to test the adapter with multiple controllers. The Xbox controller connected, the DualSense connected, but on the Pro controller it started having difficulties pairing. Then I reset the adapter and started the process again on the other way around. This time the Pro controller paired, the DualSense also paired, But now the Xbox controller struggles to find the adapter. And when it paired, the Pro controller got disconnected. So there must be an incompatibility or interference between the Pro controller and the Xbox controller. And even with all controllers connected, you can see by the reflex of the screen that the Pro controller is having a lot of lag. Here you can see how bad it is. So I removed the Xbox controller and tried other third-party controllers. And finally I could get 4 controllers paired: the DualSense, the 8-bit Do Ultimate, the Pro controller, and the Bayard 9124. And now all controller works just fine. One thing I noticed is that you have analog triggers, but the digital response is missing. On the Gamecube controller, there is a digital button when you press the trigger all the way down, and you must use that to perform air dodges on melee. Turns out that this is a configuration problem, and to fix that, all you have to do is disconnect all controllers and reboot the adapter. Then on your computer or smartphone, you're gonna open Google Chrome and access Blueretro.io. Here you can enter the advanced configurations and connect to the Blueretro adapter. It takes a while and sometimes it may give you an error, but just refresh the page and try again. When you connect it, you want to enable rumble for each of the outputs here. Doing this for the 4 outputs will enable rumble for the 4 controllers you connect. Then you want to go to Mapping Configurations, select Source Label, and select the controller you're using. As the name suggests, this is just a label for reference. The buttons will translate to all controllers. Square will be Y on the Pro controller and X on the Xbox controller. Go to Destination Label and select Gamecube. And now you can see what buttons on PlayStation correspond to the buttons on the Gamecube controller. And you can see here Analog L and Analog R. You can change them to Digital L, but it will cancel the analog response. What you want to do is go to the secondary L2 button here and enable Digital L. And you want to change this setting from 50 to 95. This is a threshold configuration, and it means that you will activate the digital button only when the trigger is pressed more than 95%. Do that for the R button too and save your configurations. And you want to repeat the same steps for all 4 devices here. This will enable the same configurations for all 4 players. Another thing I like to do is set the dead zones of the analog L for 0.01. It will make the L button more sensitive. And now the controller will be working correctly, with an analog response and the digital button when you press all the way down. and rumble will be working too. Another thing that I couldn't find out why is that the controller will disconnect when you input the reset match combination on melee, but it's only with that combination. If you turn it on again, the controller will reconnect and work normally. And finally, let's move on to the lag test. This is how the Blueretro adapter compares with the original Gamecube controller. Yep, absolutely no lag. I tested with other controllers and the Xbox controller have a bit of lag. And the third-party controllers have even more lag. And I couldn't believe it had zero lag, so I picked up a Wii and a CRT TV. It's a bit hard to measure the lag if the scan lines of the TV don't match with the button press, but I managed to make a capture in the same moment. And the results were the same. There is no lag if you're using a DualSense or a Pro controller. And here's the results of the other controllers. Again, it will be a bit harder to see because the scan lines don't match. And here are my final thoughts on the Blueretro adapter. The adapter can be a bit stubborn if you're using the Xbox controller together with a Pro controller. But as long as you don't mix these two together, it will work fine. It is highly compatible with a lot of controllers, even the sideways Joy-Con, PS3, Wii U Pro, and Retrobit controllers. And it's a good option since it's becoming hard to put your hands on original Gamecube controllers again. Not to mention it has zero lag with the Pro controller or DualSense. Perhaps in the future with a firmware upgrade, the issues with the Xbox and third-party controllers can be solved and all controllers will have no lag. And that's it for this review. The links for the Blueretro NGC adapter is in the description of this video. Be sure to help me out by subscribing to the channel, leaving a like or a comment. As always, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.